In today's recap, Chanel interrupts Abe and Paulina's wedding, Kate makes Roman a happy man, and Steve investigates. Dressed for the wedding, Kate comes downstairs to the pub and sees Roman. He remarks that she gets more beautiful every day. She responds that his smile makes her heart melt. He offers to drive her to the church, but Kate doesn't want him to get the wrong idea. Roman rants about backing off his pursuit of her, like she wanted, and what a fool he has been trying over and over with her. She interrupts him. She's ready to give them another try. Roman moves in for a kiss. He asks if it's official that she's going to the wedding as his date and that he's driving. She says, no. He's going as her date and she's driving. Steve finds Kayla at the hospital, but she can't go to the wedding. She got called into emergency surgery. He's sorry to hear that, but says he plans to talk with Marlena at the wedding. She won't be able to avoid him there. He wonders if maybe Hattie has taken over her life again. It'd explain her weirdness lately. Kayla doesn't think that's it. Steve wonders if not Hattie, then what is it? In Horton Square, Marlena tells a confused Chanel that Paulina is Lanny's mother, but Abe isn't her father. Devil smirks, as Chanel tries to process the fact her mother has been lying to her for her entire life. She thinks it makes sense though. Paulina has always loved Lanny more than her, and she always will. When Marlena confirms Paulina has no intention of telling Abe and Lanny the truth, Chanel says, then I guess I'll have to do it myself. Marlena says she can't, because everything Paulina told her was confidential. When Chanel says she's not going to the wedding, Marlena urges her to dig deep and figure out the right thing to do. Paulina prepares for the wedding in a room at the church. Lanny questions the timing of her matron of honor request. Paulina admits she lied, but to Chanel. She didn't want to hurt her daughter's feelings. Lanny wonders why she would ask her instead of Chanel anyway. Paulina just wanted to show Lanny how grateful she is that she forgave her for disappointing her as a child. She's so proud of the woman she is. Paulina wanted Lanny by her side as she married her father. Back at Paulina's, Theo tells his father he looks great, but he can't with his ugly-ass hospital cane. Abe knows it's ugly, but he needs it to walk down the aisle. Theo's got him covered and presents him with a black cane with a silver handle. Abe loves it and uses it as they leave for the church. As Eli brings Olivia to the church, he mentions how unfortunate it is that Tamara is on tour and can't make the wedding. Olivia says her tour isn't the reason she's not there. Confused, Eli asks why she wouldn't want to come to her sister's wedding. Olivia lies that it's because she's upset her sister is marrying her ex. Theo and Abe's presence interrupts Eli's ensuing questions. Eli runs off to give Paulina something as Marlena enters and meets Olivia. Eli joins Paulina and Lenny in the church room. He gives Paulina Julie's borrowed bracelet. Next, Lenny gives her Aunt new, and blue, earrings. For something old, Paulina pulls out a locket that's been in the family for years. As Paulina revels in how perfect everything is, Chanel enters and dryly says, I couldn't agree more. Today is going to be one of the happiest days of our lives. Eli steps out to check in with the babysitter, leaving Chanel to make passive-aggressive digs at her mother. Roman and Kate arrive after Olivia eyes Marlena, noting how, back in her day, only men married people. Roman mentions Kayla can't make it, but Steve will be there and is very anxious to talk with Marlena. Devil steps aside and looks at a phone. Devil says, it's time for Steve Johnson to go on a wild goose chase. Back at the hospital, Steve answers a call from an unknown number. After hanging up, Steve tells Kayla he just got a tip on John's possible location. He has to skip the wedding to check it out. Back at the church, Lanny walks down the aisle. She and Eli exchange smiles. After she hugs Abe, Paulina walks in with a frowning Chanel carrying her train. Chanel hugs her mother at the altar and loos to Marlena. As Abe and Paulina face each other, Marlena begins the ceremony. When she asks if anyone objects, she stares at Chanel with her yellow eyes. The room goes dark and Chanel sits alone with a beam of light on her. Paulina snaps them out of it by asking Marlena to move things along. Chanel stands and says, "I have something to say." Devil smirks. Abe's going to face a painful blow as a result since he isn't Lanny's bio dad, so Chanel will unleash some serious pain and chaos at this gathering. Days of Our Lives spoilers say possessed Marlena will love every second of the train wreck this wedding will turn into.